I tell people with Green Goo, we're probably the most anti-capitalistic business model there is because the more you use Green Goo, the less you end up needing it because you hydrate your skin, you nourish it, you get your body like in a really optimal state of performance. And so you might put it on every day for a while, and then all of a sudden it's twice a week, and then it's once a week, and I love that.
Thank you so much for joining us on another awesome episode of Bioenergetics Beat. I'm Heather Gray, a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner and certified bioenergetic practitioner, and today is brought to you by Nikki, Unleash the Wellness Within. It's a non-invasive, easily affordable, and highly effective approach to optimize wellness. It's a wearable device that puts frequency better based life in your hands and on your wrists. Stay tuned to the very, very end because you're going to want to know about the wonderful giveaway that we have. But you're also not going to want to miss one word from my next guest's mouth. I have used their products before, absolutely fell in love with them. I had no idea this is who I was talking to today until I was just going through your headshots and I saw the logo and I was, wait, I know that logo. Oh, Green Goo, I know that product. So super excited to have Jodi Scott on with us today. So without further ado, let's welcome Jodi to the show. Yay!
Hello, hello.
So exciting to have you on because I it was funny like one day it came in a mail like I had a welcome box of something. I have no idea how I got on your list, but I was just like, I'll try it. And I absolutely fell in love with your product and then started digging deeper into the methodology and the thought behind your company. And I absolutely love what you guys are doing. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. But
Hmm.
tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got started and why.
Yeah, so much goodness there. So I got my master's in health psychology, specialized in psychoneuroimmunology, and was pre-med. So what does that mean? So I was teaching resident physicians on not just prescribing medication, but really looking at the patient as a whole and thinking about what other data points in their life could be considered as a part of their wellness journey.
That's
And
kind of
then,
a radical concept, right? Looking
yeah.
at a patient as a whole.
Right. Like
Uh,
ding ding. And then psychoneuroimmunology just really grabbed me. And that was the relationship of your immune system, your nervous system, and your psychology. And
mm.
it's really been interesting full circle. And we'll come back to this, like where I feel the most passionate about Green Goo. But while we're at the origin story, my sister's an herbalist and a midwife. And what we found super interesting was that we were living this really clean life. Like we liked healthy foods, we were reading labels, but if you opened up our first aid cabinet, it was like all the exceptions. One-time use, tons of chemicals, no sustainability. And so we were like, why do we do this? And then we started looking around and talking to people, and we found a similar pattern. The natural consumer was willing to abandon their natural ethos because they were told these chemical laden products were the only ones that could get the job done. If it didn't burn, if it didn't sting, it wasn't working. And then the conventional consumer, like, we're in a chronic skin conditions are at an all-time high. And they were generally dissatisfied with OTC too because they're like, you can only use these solutions for 7 to 10 days. Symptoms persist, which they often do. You have to go see your physician, which is just a pain. So we thought, well, can we make a plant-based solution that is superior in efficacy first? And oh, by the way, clean ingredients and sustainable. And so Green Goo was born to reinvent first aid.
That's absolutely incredible. I had no idea there was such a I've been just getting off a cold. Like she said, she was just getting off of it. It was
Right.
sinus and I snot on my head, and
The
I
cold
know I've
fog.
got some brain inflammation. Yeah. I didn't know there was a course of study that you could study the correlation between your immune system and psychology and your nervous system and your psychology. Like that's absolutely incredible.
It's so interesting. And now fast forward, like at that time it was kind of very like philosophical, but today now we finally have the science to back it where we're able to prove like the nervous system and the skin were both born from the same embryonic tissue and our skin is rich in neurotransmitters and it's like the first signal response that our entire body gets. So it's not just this like largest organ that's there to protect everything. It is like in fight or flight. And of course, with everything that we're doing and everything that we're exposed to, down to scrolling, our skin is responding to it.
Oh my God, you just gave me goosebumps because so back when I was 19, I was undiagnosed Lyme disease. I had it since I was 13. But I remember like having a boyfriend who just, wanted to caress my arm. And I just remembered not being able to stand his touch, just like something like that so little hurt. And that totally makes sense knowing what I know about my mold, the Lyme, my body was just in fight or flight. And so of course, and now fast forward 30 years later and I'm in love and I have a new man and I love it when he touches my skin because, my body is receptive and it doesn't hurt anymore. And that totally, totally makes sense. Like I would never have put that together.
Yeah, and your cortisol's dropped and your inflammation is down. And then think about like when you are sore or you're flared up, you're like we were talking about our cold. We're foggy, we don't have clarity. Like there's an immune response that happens that impacts our psychology, which then impacts our perception. And so when I think about the skin today, I'm like, how do we get optimal performance from our skin, high performance, which then in turn gives us as individuals high performance as well when you have that clarity and where all the goodness happens.
Absolutely. I've been starting a campaign for quite some time now to be nice to Karens, right? Because I mean, once we know the correlation between our physiological and how it affects our mental health, right? That, no people want to act that way to begin with, so if somebody's acting like a quote unquote Karen, you got to ask why, they have got to be feeling miserable inside. And sometimes they don't even know whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or all the above. But they have symptoms that come out, and a lot of times we just look at it as bad behavior. And if we could just have a little bit understanding and consideration for those who are not on their best behavior because they probably have got something going on.
And to your point, they may not, like they don't even know how to peel back the layers. So I love introducing this notion of like nutritional skincare the same way you take supplements and you ingest them. And it's like, okay, I want you to look at your skin as like feed it, food for your skin. And when you do that, so we'll do a thing called Sanctuary Sunday, and then we like butter up with Green Goo, like pick your favorite Green Goo, lather up from head to toe,
Where's
put
my
your bathrobe
invite?
on, right? Let's
Where's my
do
invite?
it.
Where can I go?
We should
Tell
totally
me.
just like have like a massive virtual sanctuary Sunday. Maybe like
No,
thank you for
no, no.
that.
You guys should all come down here to Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, okay, I'm
I'll
in.
host.
All right, I'm writing that
You
down.
you
First
bring
part
the
of the
product, I'll
manifestation.
host.
Okay, we will sanctuary Sunday and we will like butter up and put our robes on and you just like let your skin drink it up and you have a very intentional moment. Like you spend time with, I'll sit and visit with my daughter or I'll sit outside and listen to the birds or read a book or something that's like adding and compounding to that intentional moment. And then in 30 minutes, your skin is like just drink up all that goodness. And whether it's the end of the day and end your day and you go to bed, or it's like time to go start your day, you just feel different. Like it's a complete mindset shift. And it started with your body. And so what that does is it like gets you present. And then you can start having more awareness of the other things. Like maybe you need to avoid certain ingredients. Maybe you need to avoid certain people. Who knows? Maybe like you need more of something that you didn't realize. And it's like part of that presence journey.
And it still drives me crazy that people still have that disconnect of what you put on your skin gets into your system. I mean, what are the numbers that you've heard? I've heard within 20 seconds, I've heard within 20 minutes. What have you heard?
It can depend on what it is. Like, and unfortunately, some of these are forever chemicals that stay in you and they build up and they compound. And so you think about things like phthalates, they're the number one produced man-made chemical, and the US produces 1 billion pounds a year alone. And they're in our skincare, they're in our wound care that we're putting on open wounds. That they're in different containers that we have around us. And so you start thinking of these endocrine disruptors, and there you go. There's your immune system response, there's your nervous system response. And then that adds to the psychology of your mindset because you're like, I just feel like yuck and I don't like feeling this way. And so, one of my greatest, or like when I start coaching people in terms of their wellness journey, a lot of times I'll start with just the subscription, the subs, I can't even say it. They're about to be full.
My brain fog
Subtract,
is interrupting your
subtract.
brain fog. Yeah.
Right, come on. So subtraction. in terms of overwhelming to stack habits when you're just feeling that paralysis. But if you can subtract and just eliminate certain ingredients that aren't serving you, all of a sudden you can start that process and have a little bit more like clarity and strength to do the next thing because these things are really having a negative impact us on a day-to-day basis, and no one meant to hurt us. They're part of the Industrial Revolution. It's like more value means more volume. Let's just stuff a bunch of stuff in there. We just know better now.
Absolutely. Mic drop. Okay, on that note, we're going to go to a quick commercial. When we come back, I want to dive deeper into what is green goo, why the name. Actually, I struggled with that at first. Like when I first got the box, I looked at it and went, green goo, like why? Why would I put this on myself? But then I absolutely love it now. So, but I want to dig into all those questions plus more. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Nikki Wellness Technology. Delivering frequency enhanced health.
It looks like a little watch, but it's actually a frequency device. It's bioenergetic, so it has this little frequency light situation that goes into your arm.
This is my Nikki. It is a bioenergetic wearable that works by emitting a specific frequency carried by a red light, as you can see on the back. It's aimed at enhancing the body's natural healing process to improve wellness and reducing stress, pain, and inflammation. And to select a frequency, you tap it to wake it up, and then you slide to the screens that list the different frequencies. I have wellness or Lyme on mine. So if we want to pick one, we just tap on it, and you'll see the circles around, and there's a play button, play areas, tap there, and you can see the colors radiating that show that it's playing, and you would also see the red light on the back. And to stop, you just tap it again, and then you can slide and select a different frequency. I'm going to play afternoon. And you just tap, and away you go for your afternoon.
So they're two different things. You have the Nikki device, and then you have the frequency sets. And so right now they have the wellness set of frequencies, and they are absolutely incredible. So I absolutely love them.
Nikki Wellness Technology. Delivering frequency enhanced health. We are Nikki.com.
Fantastic. I'm super excited to dig into the second part because, like I said, I've used this stuff myself. I was kind of bummed I can't get it in Mexico. And so I all ran out about 5 months ago, and I'm super sad. I'll have to get some back when I go in the States again. But if you don't mind me asking, because your skin looks amazing. How old are you?
I'm 50.
What? I see. I would not have guessed that. Your skin looks
And
amazing.
all I use is Green Goo. That is it.
Okay, that's
That is all I
fantastic.
use.
So
Yeah.
let's jump into Green Goo. What is it?
So it's plant-based first aid and personal care products, and why the name Green Goo. So when we were developing these formulas, everyone said, we needed to look like an OTC product. We needed to feel like an OTC product. We needed to process like an OTC product. And the name certainly should sound like an OTC product. And we were like, aren't we trying to reinvent this? Like everything that is we're trying to challenge is what's wrong with it. Like, let's disrupt this in the fullest way. So one, we don't buy pre-made extracts or ingredients on the market. We actually still make the ingredients ourselves, where we bring the plant to our manufacturing facility, take it through the extraction process, yield high amounts of these medicinal properties, and then these custom oils go into all of the formulas. You can't get this blend anywhere else. It protects the integrity of the plant. Next to that, the formula itself is actually, like, a lot of them look a little green. They have a hue to them because of the plant properties. Some are a little bit more yellow, some are a little bit more green, some are even like a rust color. And we were like, but really it's like a strong green. And we were like, well, what do you call this? And we didn't want to call it an ointment because that sounds very medicinal. And so one day we were like, well, it's green because there's like really plants in it and it's sustainable and it's like a goo. And we were laughing so hard when we said it. And we were like, you know what? Green Goo's kind of fun. So we only named one product Green Goo, and we had other names for the other products. And for 3 years, no one remembered us for our actual company name. And they mixed up all the other names. And they always would be like, I got Green Goo. I got Green Goo. And they 9 times out of 10 didn't even have the actual Green Goo product. And we were like, no one remembers us except for Green Goo. The consumer decided. And we have fun little jokes. We did bright colors. So it just like pops, it's playful, it's cheerful, cute little quotes and jokes on the packaging. And we were like, we're just gonna do it this way, the Green Goo way.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because as a practitioner and a person who's had health issues, when I think of green goo, I think of, my sinus infection or, when I think of green goo, it's usually not a pleasurable thing, but it was the packaging that, got me past that, the name at first, and then to use it. Then, like I said, once I started looking into you guys, I just absolutely fell in love with it. So tell us a little bit about some of the formulas that you have on the market right now and kind of, what goes into it and what they're for and how they came about.
So our number one product that people most know us for, which was the original Green Goo formula, is our natural first aid. So this was designed to be a natural neosporin topical antiseptic.
Do you have anything with you?
I don't. I mean, I got my lip balm next to me. I wish I did, but no,
Oh,
I just have the stick.
sorry, go ahead.
I have a lot of other things, but not that one. And so this one is your like Swiss Army knife for first aid. So what we found was that no one ever had their first aid cabinet with them when something happened. And we were like, again, this mantra of like, clean out your cabinets, like simplify your life. So we were like, let's make this not just for cuts or scrapes, but it's bug bites, it's bee stings, poison ivy, cold sores, abrasions, ingrown toenails, sunburn, chafing. It is literally your first aid kit on the go. So it takes the sting and the itch out, slows down the bleeding, speeds up the healing. And it has a number of herbs from calendula, yarrow, chickweed, chamomile, I think I said calendula, I can't remember, rosemary, lavender. Yeah. It has 13 herbs in it. And what's super cool about this one too is it's not just we didn't just pick one herb because of the one thing it does. It's also about how these herbs work together. So, for example, the calendula is an astringent, antifungal, anti-yeast, antimicrobial, but it also has skin repairing properties. When you combine that with plantain and yarrow, the plantain and yarrow help bring oxygen to the wound site, slow down the bleeding and coagulate, and actually speed up the healing altogether. And it's really wonderful for tattoos as well. It's a lovely one. So that's the one people most know us for. We do have a very strong eczema psoriasis following. Matter of fact, John Hopkins has been using our dry skin formula in their scleroderma and skin condition department for over a decade. And so
Wow.
we have an incredible eczema sort of lineup, and we can take you through each step where there's 4 different solutions depending on which stage of the eczema you are. Because a lot of people, it's very interesting when they're in the early flare up or the later flare up stage, which solution that they need. And then I love our analgesic, which is so fun, especially now as we're learning more about managing inflammation in high performance and mindset and longevity. So I'll use this on Sanctuary Sunday oftentimes just to like give my body a reset for the week to manage inflammation. And it doesn't have to be a post-recovery solution. It doesn't have to be I have an injury. It's really just to like nurture that immune system and kind of calm everything down as I start the week. And then you asked about, my skin. So the skin repair, which is an after burn and scar, it was our customers who really evolved it into an aging well solution. So I literally just use my oil face wash, and then we have a serum, and then I'll use the balm to just like seal the repair, seal all that moisture in. And I live in dry areas, and everyone's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Just the goo. That's it."
So where is it that you live?
I live in Colorado,
Oh, what part?
right outside of Boulder.
Oh, what part?
Lions.
Okay. I just
Are
moved to
you
Mexico
familiar?
from Fort Collins.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So when you live in
You were just
Colorado,
right
then you
down the
know.
street.
Exactly.
Oh my
Oh, that's so
gosh.
cool. Small
That is,
world.
I know. And you guys must have done some kind of weird, like, I don't know. I must have somehow got on your like mailing list. You guys must have looked at like practitioners in Colorado or something, but it literally just came in the mail one day and I was like,
That's
what's
so
this?
wild.
Like I had never met you. I was like, God, did I meet them at a conference? And I was like, no, I don't remember ever seeing this product anywhere. But it just showed up one day, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know how people live without it. Like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
everything
in
for
Colorado,
yeah.
the struggle is real to keep the moisture in anywhere on your body. The minute I step off the
Yes.
plane, it's like it sucks every
Ah,
ounce of moisture out
truly.
of my body.
And all of these lotions have alcohol and drying agents in them. And so you put the lotion on, and then like 15 minutes later, you're like dry and cracked. And, I tell people with Green Goo, we're probably the most anti-capitalistic business model there is, because the more you use Green Goo, the less you end up needing it, because you hydrate your skin, you nourish it, you get your body like in a really optimal state of performance. And so you might put it on every day for a while, and then all of a sudden it's twice a week, and then it's once a week. And I love that, because it's really more that ritual, that sanctuary Sunday, if you will. And then I don't have to worry about like rushing and hurrying up out of the shower and, putting some lotion on, because my skin's already so hydrated and healthy.
That's amazing. So, like I said, I've never been able to just rave about something as much as I have. I'm so excited to see you on the
Thank
schedule.
you.
So, yeah, you've got a huge fan here. Hopefully, when are you going to be shipping to Mexico?
Well, we can. So if you email, look, we don't have a Mexico website, but we do ship internationally. So I'll send you some goodies. Yeah, send me your address. I'll get you some goodies. We'll queue you
Fantastic.
up.
Although we don't have a point with moisture here, that has been nice. It's like Botox just in the air, with all the
I love
humidity.
that.
It is.
Yes.
It's pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. But this is the shameless plug time of the show. So where can people find more information about you? And I know you gave us a link to put in our show notes that our listeners will get 10% off. So that's incredible.
So go to that link and you'll get your 10% off. It's directly at our website. And then you can also find me at Green Goo Helps on any of our social media sites, TikTok, Amazon, Facebook. And then you can find me at Jodi A. Scott on LinkedIn. I love, 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 love to engage with our customers. And matter of fact, when we do our retention marketing and I email, it actually comes from my email address. So sometimes a customer will respond and be like, I was not expecting to hear from you. And I'm like, oh no, like I love it. And it's not only to help, but our customers just give us really great ideas too, in terms of how they're using our products. And I'm like, oh, wow, I had someone who was using our pain relief for her opioid withdrawal. And I
Oh,
was like, I would have never thought that that would have been the solution. And so just a perfect example. And so
I
it's,
think
it's,
I
it's
was
fun.
using the green goo as the tip on the applicator for my coffee enemas.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
There.
Yeah, no,
Good to know.
it was incredible how I had all this crap in my medicine cabinet and in my, beauty cabinet, and I literally went down to like 3 products. Like you
It's the
weren't kidding. Like
best.
it is the best. What
And
a
then you don't
small
have all that
world.
chaos, Like it's really like simplify your life in so many ways. You can start here, and then all of a sudden you just start thinking about other ways to serve yourself.
Can I get an amen? I love it. Thank you
Hmm.
so much. Oh
Thank
my gosh. Well,
you.
if you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, make sure to go to the show notes so you can get that 10% off of Green Goo. You can try it yourself. Also, while you're there, make sure to go to wearenikki.com/podcast and enter in BioBeats to get 10% off your Nikki device. And because we love our customers so much, the way we show appreciation is we give away a Nikki device and a 1-year membership to our wellness store every month. So make sure to go to the show notes to enter. Good luck. Join us every week for Bioenergetics Beats. Thank you for joining and have a healthy day.
What is the wellness store, you ask? Let me tell you. Imagine a single place where every Nikki Wellness program, present and future, are ready whenever you are. The Nikki Wellness Store turns that vision into reality, offering a membership that keeps you connected to the most complete library of wellness support programs we've ever created. One membership, infinite access. With a Nikki Wellness Store membership, unlimited access to the full Nikki Wellness library, automatic updates as new programs are released, the freedom to create personalized daily playlists on the Nikki Connect app, and we continually design new programs. Your membership will grow with you at no additional cost. Because wellness technology never stops improving, and neither do you. It's more than a membership. Every wellness store membership begins with the purchase of their Nikki Wellness Technology, a wearable device that delivers wellness programs wherever life takes you. Your membership includes 1 full year of unlimited access to the complete wellness library and all future program releases. After the first year, your access continues with a simple annual renewal fee. So your library and collaborations with trusted global innovators keeps growing without interruption. This isn't just an upward, it's a movement toward a future where wellness technology never stops improving, because neither do you. Join the movement. The Nikki Wellness Store isn't just a milestone, it's the future of wellness designed for freedom, value, and constant growth. New customers that join us will automatically get 1 year membership to the Nikki Wellness Store. Current customers that have already owned a Nikki, you will be grandfathered in and given a 2-year membership. And that's a thank you for walking with us for all this time.
There's a new word for wellness, Nikki. Nikki is your personal wellness companion, a sleek wearable device that lets you choose from a variety of programs to match your day. With a simple tap on the Nikki screen, you can explore wellness programs created for different moments and lifestyles. Need a lift? Select energy. Looking to unwind? Tap stress and anxiety. Want to feel more at ease? Choose pain. Heading out on a trip? Try travel to help you feel ready for new adventures. From busy mornings to quiet evenings, Nikki puts a variety of wellness experiences right at your fingertips and on your wrist. Life moves fast. Nikki moves with you. It's a portable way to bring wellness technology into your everyday routine, wherever life takes you. Your day, your choice, your wellness program. Nikki Wellness Technology. Delivering frequency-enhanced health. We are Nikki.com. The views, information, and opinions expressed in this content are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of Freemedica. Freemedica Technologies, Inc. and its employees are not responsible, nor verifies accuracy any of the information contained in the following content. The primary purpose of this content is to educate and inform. This content does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.